This is Ardbeg 10. Now, I know the temptation may have been to do the Ardbeg 5-year-old, the wee beastie, because everyone and their nan has been losing their tits about it recently, but I thought I'd start with this, because this is available in a miniature, and that's it. Really, that was the main reason. I do plan on doing the wee beastie at some point. I just need to wait until everyone else calms down, because then my hipster self is like, right, it's no longer popular. Now I may cover it. But for today, we have this, which is still plenty popular, to be fair, and with good reason. It ticks a lot of boxes. It is difficult to believe that there was a time where Ardbeg was not operational, because it has such a fan base now. And to be fair, it's because they're doing everything right. And, I mean, they fetch a pretty penny at auction as well, Ardbeg bottles. They're up there with, not quite up there with Macallan's, but I mean, they're getting there. They're well on their way. 10-year-old, 46%, non-chill filtered, natural colour. All good things so far. It's in a lovely green bottle, which is the kind of thing I suppose we tend to expect from Islay whiskies. I'm putting this in a green glass because I didn't think, if memory serves, it's quite a pale malt. But do you know what? We won't go into the colour too much. We know it's natural colour, and that's good enough. So, Ardbeg, what can I tell you? Well, it's an Islay malt. Glenmorangie own it. It is smoky AF, and people love it. What more do you need? That's my little fact spiel out there. With the Glenmorangie video, I tried to be more kind of like factual and reverent. I'm going to say go watch, I mean, Ralphie, Swedish Whiskey Girl, Aquavitae. There's 3 options. They will all give you more factual information than I could ever muster, because I mean, you kind of saw the car crash that was when I tried to be informative. I'm just better when I make knob jokes and drink whiskey, really, so that's what we're going to get back to. Need to think of some knob jokes now. Oh my word. Do you know what? This is dumb. Okay, so this is what it reminds me of, and this is going to mean nothing to anyone else. Back when I was a pre-adolescent, I had a mother, and she had a friend, and she was called... Was it Margaret? It was Margaret, yeah. And every now and then we'd go over to Margaret's, technically a flat, it was kind of like a cottage, it was a weird layout, and she had this washing machine from the 70s that she still used, and there was this really weird smell that I've only ever smelled up to now on that washing machine, and it was this weird sea briny, rubbery, sort of plasticky, burnt rubber, weird, yet at the same time kind of clinical sort of a smell. And it's in this. It really smells like that washing machine. Seriously, this thing was like a knackered Zanussi from the 70s. It was like rusty AF. It had buttons missing. I think it was brown, to give you some kind of context of the design decisions that were made in that decade. Brown washing machines were a thing for a while. They were fucking ugly. To be fair, I seem to remember 10 years ago beige ones were in, so strange things. I think I saw a red one. Why are we talking about washing machines? We're here for whiskey, not laundry devices. Yeah, it smells like one of my dead mum's, also dead friend's washing machines from 20 odd years ago. So stick that in your tasting notes. It's tarry, it's briny, it's got this kind of iodine-y chemically thing. I just keep having flashbacks to that washing machine. I'm so sorry, this isn't helpful, is it? Smells like an old washing machine. Alright, let's go in for some flavour stuff. Bueno. It doesn't taste like a Kinder Bueno. I should probably... that was an exclamation of yes. Yes. It is very spicy, actually. And there's this beautiful salted caramel, brine, kind of like beef jerky. Little bit of like pre-Jamie Oliver turkey Twizzler in there. They've made a comeback recently. They're not the same. Do you know, I love that protest from back when turkey twizzlers were a thing. It's like, oh, they're not natural. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Last I checked, the turkey was not spring-shaped. Tastes like what I would imagine if you went up to 90s Kryten and just bit into his head. That's what I'd imagine flavour of that. Maybe that's just what Robert Llewellyn tastes like, I don't know. Sea salt, heavy amounts of plastic and rubber. Not for everyone. But if you're into these really bizarre, acrid flavours, if you're a fan of burnt toast, you know what? Actually, this is your whiskey. Or well-fired rolls, as they're called in Scotland. Can we just sort this out now? Well-fired rolls, they're fucking burnt. I saw them in a shop for the first time like a few years ago, and I was like, this is a joke, right? They're just trying to sell the burnt ones, but no, apparently that's a thing in Scotland, burnt rolls. Oh, come here. Oh, hello, Mo. What do you think of this? Oh, not a fan of Ardbeg. All right, bye. Well, that was unnecessary. Okay, so he didn't give me any nosing notes other than no, so... Oh, the washing machine's been dialed up to 11. It just does smell like that washing machine. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like knackered rubber, I suppose. I suppose that's what that smell would have been. So it would have been like the rubber seals just kind of deteriorating. So, yeah, rotting rubber. I'm really, really selling this, aren't I? There's like a maple syrup component in there as well. There is like a weird sweetness that's trying to like fight through all the acrid medicinal notes. I've got to say, actually, the water hasn't really changed its character. It's broadly the same. A little bit of like clove as well. It's like a bitter spice kind of a thing. Washing machine. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm just getting the same. It's that fucking Zanussi from the 70s. Was it a Zanussi or was it a Hoover? Might have been a Candy, actually. I'll tell you this for now, it was not a Whirlpool. Was it? That's interesting. The nose hasn't changed, but the flavour has. Way more of like the salted caramel. There's a little bit of vanilla in there as well. I'm getting a little bit of like a pecan pie kind of a flavour. There's like a nuttiness and then a treacliness to it. A little bit buttery, but there's still kind of like this acridness to it as well. But it's toned down. More of the sweetness is coming through now. The smoke is still present, but there's also like this unusual bitterness to it. And it is a bitterness. It's reminding me a little bit of like a double IPA almost. It's kind of like acrid bitterness, front and centre. And there's a bit of smoke. It's almost like smoky bacon in a weird way. There is like a meat component to it. Or glazed gammon, actually, that's appropriate. Both because Christmas is coming up and also Brexit is happening, so you know, gammon is very topical at the minute. Yeah, do you know what? It's kind of like if anyone's ever had like toasted chestnuts. They're a little more approachable than my mum's friend's washing machine from 20 years ago. If you've ever been like down like Blackpool Prom or something, they tend to do them there because it's old world. I'm not saying oldie worldy because that's not linguistically correct. Also, it's not ye old, it's the old, it's a thorn. Get it right. I'm going to wrap this up now because he wants food. I'm getting kind of like a strawberry and black pepper jam kind of a thing going on as well. There is like a sweetness and a spice in there. It's smoky, it's briny, there's still a little bit of rubber in there. It's a little bit meaty, there's loads going on. I'm adoring it. Right, I'm going to go feed the cat. Comment down below, do you have any whiskies that remind you of domestic appliances from 20 odd years ago? Let me know down below. Thumb this video if you enjoyed it, and also if you like what I'm doing and you want to financially support the channel, there's links down to my Patreon down below. You get different perks, such as being able to tell me what to do. Details, you go find out. For now though, I'm going to go feed the cat. Thank you very much for joining me, and do join me next time where I'll be drinking something else.